Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here and welcome back to another theory video. This time it's another Game of Thrones theory video on Daenerys Targaryen's sigil of the three-headed dragon and what that actually means for the show itself. Now I know there's been some theories about what the three-headed dragon means. I'm going to throw my own idea as to the connection it has to the ending of the show and the unfortunate side of it as well. Here we go. So, to give you a recap of other people's theories on the idea is that the three-headed dragon is about three riders. I'm not disputing that. I believe the three heads each represent a certain character in Game of Thrones that were meant to come together and basically create peace for the whole of Westeros and Game of Thrones world in general. Now, some people think that the three riders are Daenerys, Jon, and Bran or Tyrion. Now the Bran one, people think, because the three-eyed raven before Bran became the three-eyed raven, said that you will never walk again, but you will fly. And they think, well, he can walk, there's a third dragon, we don't know who the third rider is, so Bran will walk into the dragon. But I don't think so. The other one is that Tyrion is the third dragon, and in fact the three-headed dragons is for each of a Targaryen. We know that Jon is a Targaryen. We know that Daenerys most definitely is a Targaryen. But people also think that Tyrion is a secret Targaryen. Now, I'm totally on board with this theory. I think that if they had more time to develop the characters a bit more, then yes, Tyrion would have been revealed to be a Targaryen, and his father actually is the Mad King, when the Mad King kidnapped his mother. And that's why Tywin hates Tyrion, because he knows he's not his own son. No matter what Tywin thinks of his families, he always respects them. He has zero respect for Tyrion. So people jump to the idea that he's Targaryen, and I agree with this. But for the sake of the show, I think we're going to be skipping over that, and I think I know who the third rider is going to be. And I think the third rider is actually going to be the Night King, because he already has one of Daenerys' three dragons. But not just for that reason. Now, Jon clearly has an affinity to dragons, as we saw in the latest season. One of the dragons, instead of attacking him, kind of was just like, hey, you look cool. And obviously could sense the Targaryen blood in him. Daenerys, obviously, it's her children, so she can ride them. And the Night King has his own. But what's the significance of this? Well, if you look at these three characters, we'll look at Daenerys. Daenerys is about rebirth, about life itself, about purity, because she wants to have everyone free, and as long as you don't get in her way, she wants you to be fine and happy. And also, by the time the Great War happens, she's going to have a child inside her. So she's the representation of life itself. Now the Night King is the direct opposite of Daenerys. He's about death and ending and collapsing everything, and he wants everything to die. But Jon, he is like the bridge between these two. He is fought the Night King, he's the enemy of the Night King, but he loves Dany. But also, he has always fought for the side of good, but he's kind of swayed a bit. Like when he was fighting the wildlings, yeah, it's pretty much sure that he was just using the wildlings to get to Mance Rayder so he could end the war before it really began with the wildlings. But it was a bit sketchy because of Gwen. So yeah, he's kind of, at times, kind of pushed the boundaries. And also he died, and he got resurrected. Now, we're not quite sure the full ramifications of being resurrected by a Red God, but in my eyes, it means that Jon is still dead. Like, even though he's alive, he's also dead as well. So he's there as well. He's in that bridge mark. He's connected to the Night King, because technically he should be a white, but because of the Red God, he still lives and breathes. And also because he's the father and he's all about life and everything, he is essentially the bridge between Daenerys and the Night King. And that is why you have the three riders. That is what they're there for. They are there to bridge and to make peace and prosperity and have everything on an equilibrium. Destroying the Night King won't matter, because he'll return again, stronger than ever, as long as everyone does not accept that death and winter is a thing that has to happen in the world of Game of Thrones. It will just keep on returning. Life keeps fighting it until the natural balance accepts both through Jon and the three riders. It will never happen. And I think that's what the show, or the magic within the Game of Thrones wants. It wants to set that balance. And that would be how Game of Thrones would end. Unfortunately, I think that once peace is made and the Night's King decides, yes, I was created to defeat them, the First Men, but the First Men are good now, and I should actually accept my true role as, essentially, he's death. And there'll be balance. Just as balance is formed, the true Game of Thrones will reveal itself and will show that man is nothing more than selfish beings that have to have things for themselves, and peace is not allowed to exist within us. And that's because of Cersei Lannister. She will play the Game of Thrones. Just as peace is formed during the Great War, she will swoop in with her golden cloaks and her black fire, I think it was called, the horrible green stuff that's kind of like napalm. Yeah, and she'll just come in and she'll decimate. The Night King will then see that as a retaliation, and the Great War will end with both sides basically being decimated, and Cersei will stand on top. And maybe she won't live though, because for all we know, what's his name? Kid of Robert, what's his name? Guy who rode for like 4 seasons. Damn his name. It has escaped me. But yeah, he will possibly, in the last moment, kill Cersei after she's played her major role and she's decimated everyone. She thinks she's on top. He will kill her, and we will be set back to the beginning. Like I said in my other theory video, is a Baratheon will sit on the throne when it's all said and done. Because that's what the Game of Thrones is. It's just a constant cycle. He'll sit on a throne, the other houses will rise up against him, and it will keep going, going, going. And the true peace that magic wants in the world of Game of Thrones will never happen. Because man, the flawed species, will always aim for personal reward. That, guys, is how I reckon Game of Thrones itself will end. And I know this is about my third prediction video on how I think Game of Thrones will end. This one, I think, encapsulates everything that the show has tried to do, and also includes what other people are believing to be with the 3 Targaryen dragon heads. And yeah, I'm really strong about this idea. This one is the one, and it also doesn't disregard my previous theory. It does include it as well. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please hit that like button, leave a comment, tell me what you think. If you agree with me, I want to know your theories and speculations on how you think the final series of Game of Thrones will finish. And if you haven't already, guys, please subscribe. And if you have, bring a friend to this channel and have them subscribe too. Until next video, guys, I will catch you all later. Bye!